Okay, guys, let's do it. So, everyone, get comfortable. Put any extra devices on mute or even preferably off so you're not disturbed or tempted to check that thing if you hear it vibrate. And get comfortable. Okay. So, as we go ahead and close our eyes, we might first note that in meditation, we can reopen the door to the part of ourself that we often unknowingly close the door to throughout the day. This part of ourself that we close the door to is the deeper part of ourself, which implies core, which you could even say implies source, the source of who we are. And even though that's the source, it's interesting how we tend to lose sight of where we are sourced from in exchange for our outermost version of ourselves. The outermost being the body, emotions, and thought, and the innermost being this undefinable core that just is. This undefinable core that's undivided, undifferentiated, and as such, whole already, as it is. So in this meditation, we're going to start with where we usually are, which is the body, emotions, and thought. And as we place our attention on the body, emotions, and thought, we might notice what tends to keep our attention occupied. What tends to keep our attention tied to these most externalized parts of ourself, body, emotion, and thought. And I like to define what keeps our attention tied to these parts as the four tendencies of the mind. The first tendency is to be always looking for what to fix. The second tendency is similar to the first, always looking for what to change. The third tendency is similar to the second and first. Looking for what's wrong to make it right. And lastly, the fourth tendency of the mind is, what's next? This isn't it. There's got to be something better than this. Those four tendencies of the mind keep the mind attached to or busy with these most external parts of ourself. The body, emotions, and thoughts. They keep us very occupied with these most external parts of ourselves. And we even have a sense that if we could just be occupied enough and get these parts of ourself right, then we would finally be free. Then we would finally be balanced. Then we would finally be enlightened. Then we would finally awaken. And this belief for years and decades can keep us bound to this most external part of ourself. Thinking that we first must get something right in order to be free. That we first must figure out our relationships before we can be free. That we first must understand all of our emotional reactions before we can connect with that deepest, already whole, unfractured, undivided, radiating peace that is the core of who we are. But this is just untrue. This is just untrue. There is absolutely no prerequisite except for the prerequisite that you believe there is to accessing this core, undivided, whole self that always is radiating peace. There is no prerequisite for this. We always have access to this. It is only in the belief that keeps it at a distance. It's only in the I must first before I can thought that then requires us to follow that very path before we can connect more deeply, before we can know our own wholeness. We create that very path with our belief. You may even be starting to feel a subsiding or relaxing back into this core of peace just by bringing that belief to light. Just by remembering what we intuitively already knew. It shouldn't take such struggle to get there. It shouldn't take such struggle to get there. Because we are that. We are that which we've been seeking. We are that. It's only been in the mistaken belief that there's a journey to get to what we already are. That wholeness that radiates peace. The proof is in our meditations. In our meditations, we let go of what we think is or should be happening, and experience the wholeness of radiating peace. And then, magically, when we're done, we shut the door to what we discovered and reassume the beliefs of, I'm on a journey to get to that peace. That peace is something separate from me, says the external part of ourself, i.e., thoughts. Meanwhile, the internal part of ourself, radiating peace, never stops radiating peace. Even when we temporarily assume the form of that thought that says, I'm on a journey to get to peace. Meanwhile, the radiating peace, which never has been separate from you, continues to radiate peace. And then we're like, oh, it's the last Thursday of the month. Let's open that door again. Let's rest back into the core of who we are. But there's only so many times we have to witness this. Shutting the door behind the peace. Losing sight of it for, say, a month or however long. Until the next time we connect with that peace, we see the way that everything else ascends from it. Everything else moves outward from it, as if it is the core, as if the peace sources or births everything else. The body, emotions, and thought. It is at this point that we can leave the door open and continue to abide in that peace while viewing the body, emotions, and thoughts. Knowing that our innermost self is not separate from our outermost self. This peace is not separate from the body, from the emotions, from the thoughts. Therefore, we are that which we seek. We discover this every time in meditation. Oh, here I am. So, what can we conclude differently this time in meditation that aids us to not forget who we are and assume the role of the seeker once again? The seeker looking for scraps of fulfillment. What can we conclude in this meditation that aids us in not forgetting we are this unceasing, radiating peace already? Firstly, to notice the qualities of this radiating peace. Firstly, it is peace. Secondly, it is an aware peace. So to not shut the door on this peace, we can recognize where those qualities are already existing in our daily lives. We can look to see throughout the course of our day, is there even one moment where we are not aware? Again, to not shut the door on this radiating peace after our meditation, it's necessary to define the qualities of this radiating peace. Firstly, it is peace. Secondly, it is aware. So that way we don't continue to search for something we already are. We must locate in our daily life experiences where these qualities already exist. And is there anywhere in your daily life where you are not aware? You are that which you seek. There is no distance between you and that which you are. There is no distance between the outermost self of the body, emotions, and thoughts, and that of the innermost self of radiating peace. A radiating, aware peace. In each moment of the day, you are already that. There has never been a door that's shut. Even during our daily life experiences, when thought asks, "Am I aware?" or questions the strength of the awareness, what is it that is being aware of that questioning? It's not possible to be aware or awake and not be aware. We are always aware of something. That very awareness is who you are. That very awareness is that for which you seek. It's pervaded in every experience. Nothing is excluded. It wouldn't be possible to remove awareness from experience. Then there just simply wouldn't be experience. So awareness is always pervaded in all experience, at all times, always. Always. Now begin to take a moment to conclude. Any takeaway from your meditation that you would like to make more conscious? And after you've concluded, any understanding or takeaway that you'd like to bring back with you, so to speak, although you never left anywhere. You never left and you never went. You never left. You never came back. It's not possible to leave again. So when you're ready, you can bring your attention back to each other and the conversation. And when you're ready, take in a deep breath and open your eyes. Okay, guys. I would love to hear what anyone's experience was during that meditation, if you'd like to share.